Yeah, we're real elephant.
Because we take the extremists. We try and yeah.
So my stance on it is we're going to preach convictions right for what we know the Bible is. We don't want religious people to establish their own
Yeah.
instead of you having to adopt the past like the Lord written in the Torah. So if someone's standards are between them and God, then I can call and they'll make changes.
Exactly.
How many times do we see a pastor in the church? You know what I mean?
Sure. And the thing is if you teach and preach and get people to spend time in the Word of God, and they principle holiness, living holiness, but if you, the thing is, and see, again, I go back to this generation because I don't know. Three of our seniors were missionaries. And we were becoming very
Okay. You remember Brother Johnson, right?
What's that?
Remember Brother Johnson, right? Yeah. How he's for a while he was using a cane. Someone gave him a cane one time. Someone gave him, oh, well, that's cool. He took with them on a plane and everything. When he got back, he was playing with the cane, opened up and realized it was a sword.
They didn't catch that?
And they were playing to catch him. Real good thing he didn't get right.
And so he said, can I borrow some of your books? I said, and he's actually married to my niece now. But
How was your trip?
I don't know that.
very great. And we divide big time. Sure. Right. It's in doubt. Last Wednesday. Yeah.
If the brother across town is closer to the grave,
Right.
I'm not going to preach against it, and I'm not going to tell everyone who goes over there to go over there.
Yeah, that's a conversation I was having with the boss. I said, hey, I forget how it came up, and I said, look, we've got to get to a place where we understand I have no heritages credentials. My heritages, we're brothers in Christ.
Oh my goodness. Come on right there. Good. I stood, I attended a church at for some time back in 2014, and I stood in front of the pastor, and he was just screaming down the decisions another pastor across the state was making, and I looked at him and said, that has Independent Baptist Church. He's going to go become a doctor there, not me. I said, well, how long was that church? He said, he's not even speaking members to me. He's on the other side of the state. I don't know. I just got a phone call from one of our church members, real good man, and he was fuming with the church 6 hours away. He doesn't have family members. He doesn't have friends.
How you doing there? Good to meet you. All right? Yep.
I said, you're
Good to meet you. Oh, good to see you again. All right? Yes, that's been well. How about yourself? I started. He's telling me he's stuck. He said, well, do it now because when you get to the age, you can't do that anymore. You can't do it anymore.
test.
There's the door. Yeah, he said. But I saw it today when it snowed real hard. It snowed on Saturday. And so nobody and I walked from my house down to the gas station with the and I saw him there. And he's Stacy out of shoes, polished hills. And I'm not dressed out. I said, because I'm a brother, I know. I feel terrible.
When I was in Lyons, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, the Midwest, so you say.
Tell her that.
She mentioned that. But I hope we know.
Take this one or, okay, because I'm gonna leave the headset.
Oh, you don't need the headset?
Yeah, I got my own. You want me to leave this for somebody else? Can you give me
Oh,
another one or?
No,
Doesn't
I'll
matter?
just put this in a
Okay.
different one. Father Esposito. Thank you. Just turn it off for me.
I appreciate it. This is my spot in time.
Daughter's sick. Sick last couple of days. Probably got a Wednesday night. Oh, she loves it. Every time I go,
What's Sunday?
tell them what I do. So many chicken wings when they're at Lyons.
Last night? See what I did? You know what happened? Give me the nursing. We fell asleep. Rose is on the other side of the house. I'm in the bedroom. And I opened it. And I came back. And I know something is going on. I was asleep. I sleep. I wake up. And it's like 6:50. So I run on the other side of the house. I'm like, bro, we late. But by the time we get up, they're like, yeah. They'll be like, but, yeah. So, like, I felt bad. Like, no people the next thing almost 4 o'clock. We go, well, hey, we're asking, yeah, we asked John already. You get quiet and nurse.
Ariel?
And that was our nice.
How are you doing?
Yeah, every single that whole place is
Thanks.
It all starts with just one that takes a stand, that makes a choice to live for God and not hesitate to tell the world about amazing grace. May that seed somehow breaks through. Where there was one, there now stands two, and soon another takes its stand. A ray of hope that spreads across the across the mountain, across the sea, soon others join in harmony. They found one cross, still standing strong, and soon a mighty chorus sings along. No rings of touch one more soul, bring one more land back to the fold. Each soul another
So what has he got, a DVD?
another chance to reach the world. Don't let me pray, Lord, for wealth or fame, a spark that sets the world aflame. Lord, help me reach the lost and alone.
Tomorrow and Wednesday, I'm hoping to get you and your wife to take some pictures of the service, the interview, and everything.
Yeah. Wednesday we're upstairs. We won't be in here.
Just one more soul, bring one more land back to the fold. Each soul another flag unfurled, each voice another chance to reach the world. Each voice another chance to reach the world.
Good person to ask. Girl up there in pink. She'd be the best person to ask.
With the glasses.
Yes.
What's her name?
Autumn.
Autumn.
Yes.
stand with me and turn to hymn number 565. Let's all stand and sing 565. We'll do verse 3 and 4 of 565. Send the light. Here we go.
There's a call on dreaming on a restless place. Send the light, send the light. There are souls to rescue, there are souls to save. Send the light, send the light, send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine from shore to shore. Send the light, the blessed gospel light, let it shine forevermore. It's everywhere about. Send the light, send the light. Let us rise like fear and everywhere be found. Send the light, send the light, send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine from shore to shore. Send the light, the blessed gospel light, let it shine forevermore. Let us not grow weary in the work of love. Send the light, send the light. Let us gather jewels for a crown above. Send the light, send the light, send the light. The blessed gospel light, let it shine from shore to shore. Send the light, the blessed gospel light, let it shine forevermore.
Amen. It's so good to be here on a Monday night at our Missions Conference 2017. Thank you for making a special effort to be here this evening. And we're so excited about having Brother Lyons preach to us. And looking forward to that. Enjoyed getting to know all of our missionaries a little bit better today. Took them all out to Mystic. Pastor Dave drove the bus, and we went out and the ladies shopped and the men stood around and talked. Amen. And so ladies had a good time, and so did us guys, fellowshipping in the Lord. And then we ate pizza at that Mango Pizza restaurant right there. How many been to Mango Pizza right there? A few of you, none of you, some of you. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But the fellowship was better than the food. So we look forward to Brother Lyons preaching to us and all that. It's good to have Patty and Emily Peslak here tonight. We're thrilled that you guys are here. Made the effort to be here tonight. So if those of you that are new since the Peslaks left, there's a few of you here. The Peslaks were the former pastors of the church. They're in the area. They're helping out Fairfield Baptist down the road and very involved there. And so just thrilled to death you guys are here tonight. Here, make sure you get by and shake their hand and let them know that they're loved here at White Oak Baptist Church. Let's greet one another with the Lord. We'll come back and sing that chorus in just a moment.
Order? Sorry, you know that part.
Sing that chorus with me. Sing the light, the gospel, let it shine.
The music she's singing track one. Track one, good. Easy. Let it shine.
Let's open the service with a prayer. This evening, ask God
Pastor.
to hear our minutes. Let's serve the Lord.
Yep.
Lord, thank you so much for being allowing us to be here tonight. Lord, we are glad to have a few days where we can be reminded about the importance of missions. And Lord, I pray that you revive our hearts toward missions. And God, speak through Brother Lyons and I as he preaches with the Howards. He presents the work there in Canada. And God, I pray that our hearts will be soft and tender toward that. In Jesus' name, amen. You can be seated. Before we sing the next hymn, I want to make a couple of quick announcements in regards to our missions conference. First of all, I hope all of you have taken one of those Faith Promise cards that are located there in the pew in front of you. If you haven't already taken one, flip in your Bible. Continue to make sure that you're praying about what God would have you to give so that you can fulfill your part of the Great Commission and taking the gospel to the uttermost. And again, we've said that you can pray and you can give and you can go. At the very minimal, you need to pray and you need to give. I do believe that that's commanded of the Lord. When you say, well, Pastor, how is that commanded of the Lord? Well, I look at it like this. God has commanded us to go into the entire world. And so some part of you has to go into the entire world. And thankful that this church supports missionaries all around the world. So when you on Sunday drop your offering into the offering plate, and on there is marked X amount to missions, that gets divvied up amongst all of our missionaries around the world and allows them to go and preach on your behalf. And so make sure that you're praying about that in regards to that, and so that you know what the Lord would have you to do. I want to remind you about that. Tomorrow night at 5:30 is our international dinner. I have seen the sign-up sheet, and the food looks like it's going to be amazing. And so go ahead and get that food ready, be here. 5:30 to about 6:30, 6:40, we'll eat. Amen?
Amen.
Us Baptists are good at that. The pulpit will be off the platform tomorrow. The platform will be set up more like a living room, and we're going to interview our missionaries. And going to get to not going to interrogate them. We're going to interview them. Amen. How many think we should interrogate them? How many think waterboarding's okay? No waterboarding. Amen. We don't want to get a hotbed issue up and running here. But we'll interview them in a polite way. We won't ask them too many tough questions, and they have that opportunity to get to know them better. So excited about tomorrow night and the service and all that will take place. We will have some preaching as well, but that will be the main attraction tomorrow evening. I believe the next thing on the schedule here is for Pastor Mike to lead us. So one more thing first. We're not going to have our offering at the regular time tonight. We're going to have it at the end of this service, and all the money that comes in tonight will go toward our missionaries and helping to cover their expenses and help them to feel loved while they're here. So begin to pray and prepare. We'll take up an offering tonight, tomorrow night, and Wednesday night, and all of those offerings will go toward helping our missionaries to build our love as a church toward them as they've made a sacrifice to be here. All right, Pastor Mike, help lead us in that next song.
In number 539. In number 539. First, second, and fourth. In number 539.
progressing in our walk with the Lord and our heart towards missions. And you guys have been in Canada now close to 11 years and doing a great work there in the Toronto area. So we'll let you come up and make some comments about your work, and then we'll look forward to seeing your presentation.
Well, good to see you tonight. What a good crowd for a Monday night. I'm glad you made it back this evening. You're awake and attentive and ready to go. For a good message in just a little bit from Brother Lyons. I'm praying for that. I'll be looking forward to that as well as I am. I got a good quote here. Probably never seen it. Dr. Earl Jessup. Are you familiar with that name? Baptist Church Plan. Most of you are. He gave this quote. He says this: all across Canada, there are thousands of men, women, and children longing for someone to give them the glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. Every year, church planners go to communities to reach these people. Some pioneer the work with little help, and after a few years, leave the field discouraged. And that seems like we've seen a lot in our small time being there in almost 11 years. We've seen some come, we've seen some go so quickly. And definitely Canada is not the easiest of fields to reach people for Christ for many reasons, but yet there are people still yet need who do need the Savior. And there are people that need to get the gospel to them. And as we've been mentioning to some of you guys some questions, it seems like results often don't come immediately as much as you'd like to, but as you do live to see, God promises to bring forth fruit. And His word will not return void. And sure enough, we've seen that as we stuck through it, and the Lord's given us grace to continue serving there in the greater Toronto area. And the Lord's been gracious to us, and I'll say to you as well, as the Lyons Church. He took us on to Sport until 5, about the year before we got up there. And so the Lord's been very faithful to us through you, and thank you so much for your prayers. We honestly could not have done it. And there's many times we know that people are praying for us. When we really see the tightness and the pressure come, it just seems like God always comes through at the right time. Sometimes the right email comes along, and just our prayers are just totally the best. And I said, I can found you one of them. And I appreciate so much your faithful support to us over the years. We are in the Toronto area, a rapidly growing area, even since we've been there. When we came here in 2005, they said there was 5.6 million people in the Toronto area. Now, after the last census, they say about 6.4. And that's just in a period of less than about 10 years. And so it's growing quickly. If you don't know much about the Toronto area, the geography, you have the city of Toronto itself. But then on top of that, you have 4 regional municipalities, different regions. You have York region, Durham region, as well as Halton and Peel. Our ministry primarily is in Halton region, which is on the west side. And Halton region is a really unique area, not just of the Toronto area, but also of Canada. They say within Halton region, within 1 hour's drive, you have access to 9.5 million people. The only location in Canada where you can reach that has that many people that close by. And so it's a very neat area to hear the gospel. But it's interesting, there's so very few works going on in the Halton area. We live in the town of Oakville, the town, like I mentioned before, is not really much of a town, except they like that title still. They're at 193,000 people, and they're hanging on that town title as much as they can, and they're growing rapidly. Just a couple of years ago, we're starting to see the fruit of it. They voted to expand the town there, and just recently they're starting construction of over 30,000 to 50,000 homes. And so they're just trying to keep up with the great growth that is coming into the Toronto area. And so it's a never-ending battle just to keep trying to get the gospel. We've been doing our best to reach every door in our community since we've been there. And this year we're looking forward to just basically finishing off the start that we started to get to New 10 years ago. We were going to finish that off door to door. And now these newer areas that are being built, we now press on toward those as well. And so we're just excited just to give the gospel to many people over and over again. The time has never been a greater time to give the gospel to them. In the Toronto area, you see a lot of things, a lot of diversity. We talked about, I mentioned before, there's ethnic diversity. Toronto itself is the world's most ethnically diverse city, even passing New York. And as far as cultural groups, over 180 ethnic groups and variations there. Their languages are spoken on a daily basis. And it's a wonderful thing. It's not, we wouldn't call it a melting pot. I'd call it more of a mosaic. And here in the U.S., we quickly assimilate together, no matter where our background is from. We try to fit in and become Americans. Up there, the term Canadian is more vague and more loose, and the people stick to who they are. And that means their dress is the same much as before, and the language you hear often spoken is just like they would there. And even most of the time, if they have a big enough population, most groups have their own cultural center devoted to their homeland where they come from. So Canada is very welcome to ethnic diversity and multiculturality, and it can be a challenge, because along comes with that their religious beliefs. You'll see structures of every kind devoted to the Hindus, yes, the Muslims are there, but the Buddhists are there, Shintoists, and everything you can think of as far as any kind of religion are there. But also the cults are there, the Mormons, the Jehovah's Witnesses. But it's interesting, they're still clamoring for something that is really, truly what they need in tribes. You're finding emptiness as well. Here, my wife's speaking with a Muslim lady. She's been pregnant for a while. And finally, the lady said, listen, I'm finding that it's empty. That my Muslim faith has no meaning really to it to my life. There's nothing in this religion. And I don't see any other religion either. And they'll give her the gospel and say, Christ is the difference. What do you need? And she shared the gospel with her. And that's our message. It's on our prayer card, and we didn't put on this prayer card as most of we have in the past. But our desire is Christ for Canada. Acts 2:38 came to my mind very quickly on in our ministry. 4:12, for neither is there salvation in any other. And the catchphrase there, for there is none other name under heaven given among men. And so we put that on our name. We're proclaiming Christ for Canada. Why? Because there's none other name. And yes, they need churches, but church is not their answer. They have plenty of religion, but what they need is the Lord Jesus Christ. And that's our desire, to bring that message to people, as many as we can, all together. And God has been blessing and taking care of us in a wonderful way. And I mentioned earlier, it seems like with the immigrants that come into Canada, they're working hard, trying to find their place in their new country. Many working 2 to 3 jobs, just trying to keep up with the cost of living. And cost of living can be very high. The average income in our area is about $113,000. And so for a new immigrant family, that seems very hard to keep up with that demand and that price. And so as they work, they find themselves not able to buy a home and settle in. And so quickly, as they come, it seems like they're quickly gone to go to another part of Canada that's slower and life's a little easier, and they can better settle in. And so you never know the short amount of time you have to reach somebody for Christ. But not only reach them, but also train them properly in what God has given us that responsibility. It was interesting in December, we had a burden to see many people that had come into our church, and they had moved throughout Ontario. And so quite often through December, we were in the car and we were taking long trips throughout Ontario, checking up on them, seeing how they do. As the apostle did with some of his converts. We were sad to see that so many, not that they wanted to drop out of the church, but really there was no churches that they could go to that really were teaching the truth. And they were not getting what they were getting when we had them with us in our ministry. And that was a sad thing. We had blessed fellowship, sang together, and shared the word, and gave some good gifts. That was fun. But we left deeply in our hearts, kind of saddened for them, wishing they could have access again to a true Bible-believing church. And so I actually pray for us that we'll get some fruit that remains in the years to come. It seems like we planted this 80-mile church 3 times as often as it's been started, and we've kept the same name, we kept on going, but people leave, and we build back up, people leave, build back up. And so we're continuing to keep on pressing forward where we are. And God's been good. And I want to praise the Lord for his faithfulness to us. I'm sure everybody knows that everyone can see the video. And I'll give you a better idea of what we're doing. Some of the faces as well that you've been praying for. And also some of those people who reached. I hope they're a blessing to you as well. And I just want to say thank you once again.
We're experiencing some technical difficulties. If you're able to get that up and working before the message or even after the message, let me know, and we'll be happy to show that video there. But, some efforts are being made, but there's some compatibility issues in the back. Our apologies for that. Let's go ahead and sing our next song if we could. And 494 in your hymnals, 494, Hear My Lord. And we'll sing that 494. Let's stand and sing.
Are we switching the DVD and the CD up, maybe?
All 3 verses.
Okay. I didn't bring one over here. I just thought it was my wife.
You can be seated. This time we'll have the Howard family. Mrs. Howard, come up and she'll sing special.
CD number 1. CD number 1.
Thank you for that, Mrs. Howard. Thank you so much. I hope that's our prayer this week. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. God give us a heart for souls. I would just say tonight that if you're going through a hard time in your life and you're not sharing the gospel with others, could it be that God's allowing you to go through this hard time so that will get your attention to share the good news with others? Something to think about. We're excited about having Brother Lyons here. He's no stranger to this church. He's been here several times. A friend of this ministry. He spoke together a few minutes ago in my office, and